lot like a terror attack in Chattanooga earlier this month. Despite the confirmation that some of these Marines actually ran back into the firefight after saving countless comrades, there are now serious questions about whether they will receive the Purple Heart for their bravery, as this incident reminds some of the controversy we saw following the shooting at Fort Hood. Trace Gallagher live in our West Coast newsroom with the story. Trace?
Megan, the Marine Corps has confirmed that Purple Heart Award packages have been prepared for the Marines killed in the attacks in Chattanooga, but there is a huge difference between prepared and submitted, and those packages won't be submitted until the FBI has completed its investigation. So far, the feds have only called Mohammed Abdulaziz a, quote, homegrown violent extremist. The FBI says for military members to qualify for the Purple Heart, Abdulaziz would need to have been in communication with or inspired and motivated by a foreign terrorist organization. The FBI has found evidence that Abdulaziz did research on committing violence as a militant Islamist, wrote about suicidal thoughts and becoming a martyr, and as recently as 2013 was following Anwar al-Awlaki. Awlaki, of course, was the American Yemeni citizen who recruited talent and planned attacks for al-Qaeda. He is also the terrorist that Fort Hood shooter Nidal Hassan was in contact with before he killed 13 and wounded more than 30. It took 6 years of pressure, including extensive reporting by Fox News, before the Army changed its policy and awarded Purple Hearts to the victims of Fort Hood. Experts point out that once you award the Purple Heart, you admit it was a terrorist attack, something the administration has continually resisted. But the Purple Heart does more than acknowledge great sacrifice for the country. It also includes eligibility for certain medical, educational, and financial benefits. Senator John McCain says if new legislation is required to make sure the Chattanooga victims are eligible, then so be it. Megan.
Trace, thank you. Joining me now for more, retired Colonel Tony Shaffer, who's a CIA-trained intel operative, now with the London Center for Policy Research. Good to see you tonight, sir. So,
thanks for having me.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
For 6 years, the Fox News channel stayed on the story of why they were denying benefits to those who were hurt and killed in the Fort Hood terror attack, and which they still don't call a terror attack. And here we go again. How much more do they need?
Trace just laid out the factual basis for this being a terrorist attack, and the common denominator here, Megan, is Anwar al-Awlaki. Catherine and Harry and I were speaking about this earlier this evening. There's no doubt, there's absolutely no doubt that this terrorist, he was not motivated because someone pulled Barney the dinosaur from PBS. He did not attack those Marines and sailors because they were grocery clerks at a store. They were representative of the U.S. government, and his target was based on his radicalization. And for goodness sake, it's already been reported that he was considering jihad martyrdom as long ago as 2013.
And that he was following Anwar al-Awlaki, and that he did online research for militant Islamist guidance on committing violence. It's like they need to see the direct email with Anwar al-Awlaki before they'll call it, oh, wait, no, that too happened in Fort Hood, and they still called it workplace violence. Still. It is not. There was direct emailing.
Right. I know. It's totally insane. And this is where Fox and everybody has to prevent basically the disconnecting of the dots, which the FBI and the administration is trying to do here. There's absolutely no doubt by any thinking person, anyone who's rational, Megan, that this was a terror attack. If you don't find a direct link between ISIS or al-Qaeda, it doesn't matter. It meets the criterion. Unfortunately, Congress actually tried to change the law last year to make it easier for this sort of thing, for the Purple Hearts to be awarded in this circumstance. And they said, hey, the people investigating, the FBI in this case, can make the determination. Well, in this case, again, it's being politicized for purposes of trying to not admit that, first off, the Obama policy against this sort of thing is failing. And secondly, this individual was on U.S. soil in the heartland of America, a terrorist conducting a terrorist act against unarmed Marines and a sailor who died in the act.
So these families, these grieving families, stand to suffer real losses if this isn't classified as terror and they don't get the Purple Heart benefits. Correct? It isn't just an honor. It's actual, substantive. It's a substantive loss to them.
Megan, these families, these folks were enlisted. They don't make a lot of money already. And when you have this loss, you not only lose the service member, you lose the benefits. And this is not a lot of money. We're talking maybe between $500 to $600 a month regarding the financial benefit. But that sometimes is a make or break payment.
You can lose back pay,
that's a lot to them.
additional benefits. It's a lot to military families who don't make a lot of dough.
And I cannot believe this administration, just like the Iran deal, set aside the 4 hostages, are doing the same thing here. I have never seen in my lifetime an administration so callous to the needs of individuals. This is totally insane. It goes against the factual evidence. It goes against factual evidence, and it's just the wrong thing.
I mean, until they get the scroll from al-Baghdadi, exactly. This is exactly what I want you to do, and a little check at the bottom saying, okay, I'm on it. These cases aren't made like that. They're made like this, where you find the research and you find the commitment. Colonel, good to see you.
Hey, great. Thanks for having me on.
We'll stay on it. We will be staying on it.